messed with the temperature. Heart wrote the song, but I am the messenger. Through the metropolis, there is no stopping this. Flowers and kisses, yeah. I heard you like chocolate. Light up the candles, tune up this channel. It's the ride of your life, girl. My room is Orlando. Bruce G the Mando. How much can you handle? I go commando.
Good afternoon. Yes, it is afternoon here in Copenhagen. Funny enough. Actually, yeah, it is. So, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I have obviously filmed a YouTube video. So, knowing me, I forgot my camera back in South Africa, so we are using a phone. I do apologize. So anyway, I obviously couldn't have all the questions down in front of me with my phone, so I've written them down, written them down in this really cute book. I actually got it from my best friend for my birthday last year, and I'm obsessed. It's like so cute. It's like so zhuzhy. But anyway, so it's from Typo for all my South African gals. But anyway, some of you guys came up with the most creative questions. Wow. I won't obviously expose you. Will I? No, I won't. Obviously not. The people that asked on my Instagram, they are. So, the first question is, are you studying in Denmark? And the simple answer to that is no, I'm not studying. I'm currently studying at Fidisa in Cape Town, doing a BA in fashion, and I'm in my third year this year, 2023. It is 2023, right? Yeah, it is. The reason I'm in Denmark, I'm pretty sure I've spoken about it in one of my other videos, is my family actually immigrated here about 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. So they live here. I'm currently at home visiting them, and I know you guys are gonna be like, at home? But your home is where your family is, so that's why I am here. I'm visiting my family. I've been here for a long time. I've been here since the 15th of November, and it's currently, I think today is this is a bit awkward, it's the 17th. So I've been here for 2 months and 2 days. So, 2 months and 2 days, that's quite long. And if you know me, you know that I'm not a cold person, and I'm not meaning like personality wise. I'm not a cold, like I can't do the cold. Like the cold is not for me. And my mom and dad actually had a bet to say, how long do you think she's gonna last, you know? And anyway, I did move my flight a week earlier, so I didn't last the whole time. I was meant to leave on the 26th, and now I'm leaving on Friday. So I can't wait to get back to the sun. I really can't. But yeah. So I don't live in Denmark. That's what you're asking. So I'm currently here on a tourist visa because yeah, that's a whole nother story. So my next question, obviously related to the whole Denmark question. Can you speak any Danish? Okay, guys, I can't speak Danish, although I have been trying to learn on Duolingo, so I do know like the basics. Not the basics, but I mean, there was a little bit of a situation on the plane. When I was flying here, there was this granny and grandpa, like Danish granny and grandpa, and they started speaking to me in Danish. And I was just standing on this bus, like waiting for the transit to like the plane. And I was just like looking at them because they were like speaking to me in Danish, and I'm just there like, I know it looks Scandinavian, but I'm not. Although like DNA results say that I'm 47% Scandinavian, so that's another like question for another day. Like who's the Scandinavian in my family, and you know, how did we end up back here? Can I speak any Danish? So what did I say to them? This like granny and grandpa on the bus, I literally said, Vi hedder du? I think. I think that's how are you. I don't know if my Danish friends are watching. You can help a girl out. I do struggle, but I do know how to say this. Hi, jeg. Guys, sometimes I think that this is like Afrikaans, but it's not. And obviously I understand Afrikaans quite fluently. Hi. So like hi, like, but it's H-E-J. Hi, jeg Michaela, og jeg fra South Africa. They're gonna be like, you didn't say that right, because like true as Bob. It's the third time I'm in Denmark, and I've always been I've always been tagging this one location that I'm always at, Kongens Nytorv. Okay, this is like, it's a shopping. No, it's not a shopping. So the shopping street is actually called Ørestrand, and I've been tagging it as Kongens Nytorv. Like when I tell people, I'm like, I'm going to Kongens Nytorv. And then I was humbled the other day, and one of my Instagram influencer friends was like, I hate to be that person, but that's not Kongens Nytorv. So I learned very quickly. But yeah, I will show you later in the video. I am going to bring you with me to Copenhagen Central. Not the station, but I'm going to go to Copenhagen just now. Anyway, we've only had 2 questions. I talk too much, I do apologize. So this one's quite an interesting one. It's quite, yeah, it's interesting. So swim in Copenhagen's water again, or spend a day with your ex? Guys, I would swim in that water any day. Like, again. Where do I live more, Copenhagen or Cape Town? The answer to that is, why am I thinking about this? I know the answer. I live in Cape Town more. I obviously am still a South African citizen, so got the green number, the green passport, the South African one. I don't have the luxury of having any form of EU identification, literally South African. Yeah, so I live in Cape Town more, but I do. Last year it was about like 4 to 5 months of the year I was in Copenhagen. But majority of the time I am in Cape Town, so that's where I live. So someone, I think, asked me this question in Danish. So they said vin. I'm assuming that that's wine, question mark. And the answer is yes, I do like wine, if that's what you're asking. Maybe you're asking something else, I don't know. I know you're asking something else, but I'm answering it like this. Vin, wine. I live in wine country, so like the wine farms. Stellenbosch. I live so close to that, so it would be a bit of, it would be like criminal to not like wine if you live in South Africa. I feel like that's just like a disgrace, and I'm not trying to be a disgrace, you know? So what am I doing tomorrow? I got asked this yesterday, so I don't know if you want to know it today or tomorrow, so I'll give you both. So today, the 17th, if it is still, yes, 17th, I woke up really early and I fell asleep again after that. I literally said hello to my mom. I was like, hello mom, and she started working, and then I was like back in La La Land. So that's what I did this morning. Then I was feeling very lazy, and I only got out of bed at like 11 and had some like breakfast lunch. I'm calling it breakfast lunch because I combined the meals, and usually I don't do that. Usually I will breakfast, lunch, but today it was like brunch. Oh, that's the word. That's the word. Crazy girl. So anyway, I'm heading to Copenhagen later because I want to go look at some shops. It's like probably one of the last days I can actually go in because I'm flying early, like crack of dawn from Copenhagen on Friday morning. I'm so excited. I don't think you understand, but I'm excited. So anyway, I am flying then. So obviously Wednesday and Thursday are my last like days here. So doing as much as I can, I guess. Yeah. Did start January off being quite sick. And I don't even think I've even like fully recovered. I did play netball last week and I was like, I'm gonna play 10s, but I feel like that's next week's problem. Like the gym is gonna be 2 times a day, like you're gonna see me in that gym. I'm telling you now. So tips on how to get fit. The most important thing is to surround yourself with people that inspire you, like follow people that are like very like motivated, because they always say the people you surround yourself with is like you become like them. So I, long story short, surrounded myself a few years ago. I surrounded myself with like a group of people that were very, I don't know, I didn't feel motivated around them. I constantly felt judged. I think the biggest thing is to set yourself a goal, and probably find someone that also is like willing to get fit. I started this 35-day challenge, to kind of like keep myself motivated and consistent in a time where I was going into like probably one of the most hectic parts of my like studying journey. So the biggest thing is to surround yourself with people that are motivated, and you know, start creating a routine that you're gonna like follow. So for example, if you gym in the morning, set your alarm. I know the first few days are always hard, but just say to yourself, I need to be out of the house at 4 p.m. Like, it doesn't matter if I go for a walk on the promenade, I go to the gym. Like, that's how I got motivated and how I got into the whole finding myself, because there was a point last year where I literally saw a psychologist. It's totally normal to see a psychologist, if you are wondering. It's actually really, it helped me a lot. A lot of self-growth, self-talk. That's the word, self-talk. So she said to me, what makes you happy? And I said, well, I always used to like gymming, like that's always been my thing. And then she said, okay, well, why don't you like gym at the moment? And I had this mindset that other people had told me, oh my gosh, second year is going to be so hectic, like you're not going to have time. So it's all like a mind thing, if that makes sense. So you need to have the mindset that I have enough time. Like I can make like going to gym like 1 hour out of a 24-hour day, like it's not going to kill you. Like I know a lot of people are like I don't really have time, but it's really all about making time. Yeah, I would recommend find someone that is also wanting to get fit, go to the gym, and yeah, just like me and my best friend Andrea, we started going to, like, I was always going to gym and she was also going to gym, but there's like a stage where we were like going to separate gyms, and then we like joined, and then like our workouts were like top class. Wants to do it with you, like Andrea and I, we held each other accountable. There were days where I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Vice versa, like at the end of the day, we ended up going, and literally it made us feel so much better. And that time is your me time. For me, going to the gym is my me time. Going for a walk is my me time. Like that's giving back to myself, and that's very important to not get caught up in life and to actually like look after yourself, if that makes sense. So the next question is, how do I be so confident? How do you be so confident? So personally, we live in a generation that is very judgmental. I mean, I felt when I first came to Copenhagen, I felt extremely judged, even though I didn't know any of these people. But the tip is to just, I want to say, you need to act like you're famous. Not like in a cocky way, like you just need to, you know, act like you know what you're doing, even if you don't. Like you sometimes just gotta fake it till you make it. I don't know if that's good advice, but so I think the most important thing about being confident and acting confident and actually living in a confident way is to surround yourself with people that are confident within themselves, that aren't insecure, that aren't like, obviously we're all insecure. I mean, I've got insecurities somewhere deep down, but the thing is, you need to surround yourself with people that won't go and put you down to make themselves feel better about themselves. Does that make sense? You need to surround yourself with people that won't put you down in order to make themselves feel better, if that makes sense. You need to actually develop this mindset that whatever that person has to say, like that's their opinion. That doesn't define who I am. I know who I am. You may know who I am. You may have this idea of who I am. But at the end of the day, I know who I am and I know what I stand for, and that's the most important thing. Like, you need to be so confident in yourself and what you have to offer to the world that others Like there isn't room actually for them to be like, oh my gosh, your hair is growing out. Like why is your hair brown? You know, for basically you need to show up being the best version of yourself every day, because yeah, you never know who you might come across, you never know who you might meet. So I think you just need to show up and be the best version of yourself. So the next question is it difficult creating Instagram content every day? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. I mean, it may not come across as difficult, but I like put all my ideas, like everything. Like you can go check out. I actually have outfit inspiration for girls, for boys. Like it's very hard creating new content, especially daily. And I used to pressure myself to thinking that, oh my gosh, you need to post like twice a day, every day. And it got to a point where I was like actually not liking the content I was posting. It felt very forced. So I did take a bit of a break and reevaluate what I want to come across as and how I want to obviously portray that on my social media. It's difficult creating content because you obviously want to create things that haven't been seen before. And I mean, the world, there's so many things that have been done already, so you also don't want to come across as someone that's like copying someone else. Like that is my biggest, it's like a red flag, I want to say. Someone that copies someone else, I don't know, but like you just need to be your own person. Hard, I guess. It's not necessarily hard, but it's not something that I just whip up, if that's what you're asking. Like it is a bit time consuming. Ideally, I don't care what people think. I think this links with the confidence. I don't care what people think about the things I post on Instagram. And I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, like she's posting dodgy content. But my Instagram is a blog, essentially. It's a personal blog and I post things that I enjoy. Listen, do you like thrifting or fast fashion? I actually have a story for that. I obviously love thrifting. And I kid you not, on Sunday, it was either Saturday or Sunday, I think it was Saturday. Saturday I went to this thrift store in Copenhagen. It's called the Killer Store. And I've obviously been following them for quite a while. I've probably been to their store like 5 or 6 times since being here, like just to go check. I went there on Saturday and now you walk into their store. It's very nice, like lots of high-end brands. There's the North Face, there's Polo, there's Ralph Lauren, whatever. So anyway, I pick up these cargo pants because like cargo pants are very in right now, and I was like, okay, this is my size, like let me go try it on. Literally fit me perfectly. Like I was ready to pay for it, like literally ready to like tap my card, take these home with me. Like, you know, I was in love. I honestly, like I wish I took a photo of them because I would put it up here, but I will show you what they look like. Anyway, so I get to the counter and the lady's like, sorry, you can't actually buy that. And this lady was like chewing gum, and she's like, guys, I'm so bad, like I'm so judgmental, but like it's so unprofessional. And I get that you work at like a thrift store, but like come on. So I'm like, hello, like can I buy this? She's like, yeah, this is not for sale, there's a waiting list. Like, excuse me, since when did clothing stores, especially thrift stores, have a waiting list for an item? And the thing is, this lady didn't stop me from trying it on. She didn't like, there's no sign either to say, oh my gosh, you can't try this on. So I was very like irritated. My mom almost lost her seat because like my mom, obviously she's got a thrift store, and I don't know, it's just very weird. You'd rather lose a customer and have a waiting list. Like it just didn't make sense to me. Like why must I put my name on a waiting list? Like first come first serve. This is like 2023. It's not like it's the last pair of pants. So I was very sad about that. They did say, please can you put your name down and your number? Yeah, I was a bit angry because like obviously there was no sign, firstly, and it's a thrift store. Like if it was like a Gucci bag, okay cool, I'd understand if there was a waiting list, but a thrift store. So yeah, it was a bit of an experience. I absolutely love thrifting, like going into thrift stores, especially overseas. Like absolutely love it. I was in one in Amsterdam in July last year, in 2022, and I absolutely loved it. It was also like a kilo store where you pay per kilogram, but I actually haven't found anything lately where I was like, oh my gosh, I can't live without this. So I guess you can say I have been resorting to fast fashion, but yeah, obviously it's not my first choice. So I do apologize. My phone obviously ran out of storage. They're supporting thrifting over fast fashion, but it's not always accessible. So yeah, I always get asked this question whenever I ask me questions, and someone says, do you love your life? So my question to you is, does it come across that like I look like I don't love my life? Just a question, because I absolutely love my life. Obviously I've got my family, very supportive family, very loving, and despite them being so far, it is hard, but I do love my life, I really do. So my next question that I got is, who's my last Snapchat from? And I will put it up here because I honestly don't know. I don't even know when last I opened it. Probably like 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I only really use Snapchat in Europe because that's how the Europeans chat to each other. I'll put it up here. I've got like 18 unopened Snapchats, so I'll put it up here. What is the stupidest thing you thought as a kid? And I think that would be that everyone is a good person. Like, I've only recently come to learn that not everyone is a good person. Some people actually use you. But anyway, so yeah, I think the most stupidest thing would be thinking that everyone is a good person and have good intentions, because nobody is perfect. Not everyone is perfect. Competitive world that we live in. So I think my end goal for being a fashion influencer is to first start out with collaborating with a brand. So I think I would really like to be in partnership with a brand and promote their clothes and eventually design a collection in collaboration with them. And I also think like becoming a stylist would also, like a full-blown stylist, would be also quite a cool end goal, because I really like stuff. The next question I got asked was Clifton or Camps Bay. I'll put pictures over here, and it's obviously Clifton. Like Camps Bay is just a bit, it's not my vibe. It's a bit open. Whereas Clifton, I feel a bit more like, it feels a bit more private. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. Someone said let's gym, and I'm not gonna, I'll blur out the rest, but yes, let's gym. Someone said coffee date. I love a good coffee date, I really do. Coffee is like, it's like part of my everyday, so yes, I love a good coffee date. You know, more or less along the lines, I'd really like to work at big fashion shows for the house brands. So yeah, I have obviously worked at SA Menswear for 2 years, so I absolutely love it. Like, love it. So much pressure, but love it. So the last question I got, no, second to last, is my relationship status. And I did put a poll on my Instagram. I will show you how many of you guys thought I was in a relationship and how many didn't. But the answer is I am single. I think it would be quite ruthless of me if I had a boyfriend and you guys didn't know about him. But I mean, like, guys, some guys do that. I'm not that type of person. I feel like if I had a boyfriend, you would know. Quite surprised how many people thought I was actually in a relationship. I'm glad you guys have hope. It's not that I don't have hope. So the last question, it's not really a question. Someone said shout me out, but bro, shout to you. Bro. Person, shout out to you. I don't know who you are because it wasn't anonymous, but shout out to you. Anyway, I'm heading off to Copenhagen now. Copenhagen, I think that's how the Danish says. So yeah, come along my venture. So this is my outfit over there. Got this like cute little blazer-ish vibe on, and then obviously it's very cold outside, so I've got a bag. I'm gonna put my North Face puffer over. You know, just, yeah, this is the, I feel like an old granny. So I feel like this is a very basic outfit. But yeah.
I think I feel, 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 I think I
H&M, and there's this like bright pink set, and personally it's like it's just gonna be in for a season, so like that's not an investment piece. For me, an investment piece is something like this. I won't, like a classic. I mean, I'm just a bit stuck here. For example, I think, okay, maybe not the style, but like something like white, cream, beige, black. Those are like timeless pieces. And I think, like even this is like, it's like a red jersey. It's like something that's only going to be in for a season. And I mean, biggest tip is to rather steer clear of like bright and colorful. Like obviously it's nice to have like one or two pieces, but don't make your whole wardrobe like that.
Seems I can't deny, some days just don't feel right. I think I feel much better at night. Seems I can't deny, some days just pass me by. You know I think I feel much better at night.
Thank you so much for making it this far and watching the Q&A, little day in the life, little mini vlog. Yeah, I'm so excited to bring you on more adventures this year. I know I always say this, but like this year I'm actually making it a priority. So expect to see gym content, fashion content. I'm so excited to bring you along my 2023 journey. Bye guys, see you in South Africa.